Ho, ho, ho. Hi there. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy whatever it is that you spend copious amounts of money on gifts for at this time of year. Uh, so, this is going to be a very quick video. I'm going to grapple onto nothing, haha, tricked you, it's Echo Blocks, and I'm going to test some of the Frost Moon weapons. If I were slightly dumber, I would say that the Frost Moon is the only Christmas-themed event in Terraria. But because I'm not dumb, I'm going to say that the Frost Moon is the only Christmas-themed event that anyone should ever do in Terraria because the other one is pretty much pointless. Anyway, time to get to weapons testing. I have no buffs on my accessories. I have no buffs on my weapons. I have moved my Vortex armor into Vanity so that Chain Gun, Elf Melter, Snowman Cannon aren't buffed by that. So this is going to be completely fair testing. I just realized I don't have gel, so I won't be testing the Elf Melter. Such is life, I guess. Anyway, the Razor Pine. It's pretty overpowered. It's been buffed, it's been nerfed. Nothing does anything to it. I wish I had a DPS meter, but since I'm putting this together at, last minute, I don't. But you can see how insane this is. We have single target. It's not as good single target or from any distance. It barely hits. The main points for this weapon are it has insane damage. Wait, actually, hold on. Am I just being dumb? It's a single target weapon. It used to pierce. It does not pierce anymore. Or maybe it never did pierce. But anyway, it has ridiculous DPS until you get a little bit far away. In which case, it has still pretty good DPS. But up close, this thing murders anything. Next up, the weapon that you never use because the Terrorblade exists, the Christmas Tree Sword. I don't know who would use this over the Terrorblade or any other sword at this time. Even Chlorophyte Claymore is probably better than this for single target. But when you get to multi-target, it actually is pretty good. But, it's still not Terrorblade or Influx Waver or anything else that is really good at this time. Okay, moving on the chain gun. I think I have bullets. I'm really dumb if I don't. Turns out I'm not really dumb. Chain gun. It's a single target weapon, so no point testing it on multiple targets. It has incredible DPS, but just like the Razor Pine, that is until you move a little bit away. Because its accuracy is not good. That, however, can be fixed with chlorophyte bullets. And I'm going to do... Oh, I just realized the next weapon is the Snowman Cannon. And I don't have rockets, but take my word for it. It has homing and splash damage. So, if I were to hit this first target dummy, it would deal damage to the next 3, or something like that. So this, I would really recommend this for Empress of Light. Another weapon that I would recommend for Empress of Light is Blizzard Staff. Because, while it is inaccurate, the Empress of Light is big. And, it rains from the sky. It has pretty similar DPS to the Razor Pine. But with the Razor Pine, you'll see when you shoot up. Let me turn the time back to day. Freeze time at noon. Yeah, the razor pine, the stuff falls down pretty quickly, and a lot of times it won't hit the Empress. With the blizzard staff, you're aiming from above, and you can basically just hold your cursor on the Empress and you'll never not hit her. And then the North Pole, it's the best spear in the game, but then again, spears are stinky. If you aim right, you can have like that happen, or you can just shoot directly up, and you'll notice that it's affected by wind, which is weird. The contact, the melee damage that the North Pole deals is pretty much pointless. What you're trying to do is get the shard and all of the snowflakes to hit stuff, because then you get pretty good DPS. I would not recommend this for bosses, because if you're melee, there is so much other good melee stuff that you can get. If you're doing a spears only playthrough, that's the only time you would really use this on bosses. But this, I guess, is pretty good for events. I haven't actually tried it against events. But everything except the ranged weapons that I forgot to get ammo for, we're going to try against Queen Slime and see just like how decent it is against a boss. So we got... Oh, I'm not in the Hallow. I'm so smart. Allow me to go to the Hallow. Okay, this is the world that I used for my at least 10 attempts against Empress of Light, as you can see by the gravestones. So I'm just going to remove these so that it's not so ugly. And then I'm going to test all of these weapons against Queen Slime to see which ones are most practical, best for bosses, stuff like that. Okay, I think this is good. First off, the Razor Pine. Come to me. I am going to be using God mode because it would be the most embarrassing thing ever if I died. So you can see the Razor Pine has pretty great DPS, but it does fall off when you get far enough away. Christmas Tree Sword. Not for bosses, like, at all. The stuff hits a little bit, but if you get too close to a boss, close enough to hit the boss with this sword, especially a post-Plantera boss, because this is a post-Plantera weapon, it's going to be really hard to not die. So I do not recommend the Christmas Tree Sword for bosses at all. Moving on, the Chain Gun. Best consistency DPS ratio or whatever. Not really a ratio, because they're both good things. Best consistency combined with DPS of all of these weapons. But if you can use the Razor Pine well, it's better. Okay, Blizzard Staff. Like a Razor Pine, but it comes from above. So just everything I said about the Razor Pine, but it comes from above. The North Pole. I can't hit anything with it. Yeah, I do not recommend this for bosses. The melee weapons from the Frost Moon I don't recommend for bosses. I also don't recommend the summon weapons from Frost Moon for bosses because they don't exist. That said, I will probably... Yeah, I mean, if you can line this up well, you can get a lot of damage, but it's so hard to line up well that you're just losing DPS. Anyway... Happy Christmas, Merry Holidays, and Happy Frost Moon. Try to beat the Frost Moon because it has some pretty cool weapons. Sorry, summoners. You guys get nothing. Anyway, I'm going to go back onto the world with the Christmas tree so that I can be next to the Christmas tree when I say goodbye, because that's apparently important. Homely Tundra. And that was the first name that I got. The random name was Homely Tundra, which is perfect for a video where everything I'm doing is in the snow biome and like for Christmas. Alright, I am now back in the snow biome, which is where I wanted to say bye, so let me do that. Bye.